Okay, today I am going to show you how to do lesson 61. Let me log in to GDP. Okay, and sorry about that. All right, let me go to simulate my student 103. I can simulate a student. Okay, so we are already familiar with the different parts. Keep in mind, the first video I told you that we are going to be using part number 4. And notice that this is Unit 13, Skill Refinement. We have these lessons, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. Do not move on. I am going to skip around and pull the lessons that I think are going to be beneficial for you in this course. So do not get in the mindset of doing a lesson because it comes after, it's in sequence. We may not work in sequence, so don't get comfortable with that. So we're in lesson 61, which is skill building in letter review. And I'm doing a letter review because I am thinking that everyone has taken Keyboarding 101 and you were introduced to letters, business letters. So I'm ready to create my first business letter, which is correspondence 6155. I know I have a check mark here. I have used this just to show someone how to upload the information. It is not correct, so I am going to change this. I can click on 6155. Now, I showed you the video once before on how this works, the setup. Go back, please. There we go. You are going to turn to 237 in your textbooks. Remember, you must have your textbook. Your manual is good also for references, and it will tell you what pages that you can look at to see the reference. Now, in the book, it's going to show you at the bottom, there are 3 different letters that you created, and it shows you a guideline of what they look like. In the reference manual, it actually tells you when to double space, when to triple space or quadruple space, when to tab, when to what are some other things? Oh, it lets you know how to set it up. There's always 7 parts to it. Let me say this, there should be 7 parts to a letter. In this case, this exercise, you do not have the 7 parts. Normally, let me state them for you. The first part that you would normally insert is a return address. After the return address is the date line. Then you will have the inside address, or also the recipient's address. That's where you would indicate who the person is that you are sending this letter to. Perhaps their company name or their title, all of those. That will be their name, 1 line. Title could be the 2nd line. The company name could also be the 2nd line if no title is used. The numeric address will be the 3rd line. And of course, your city, state, and zip will be the last line. After that, you will have your salutation. That's your greeting. That would be dear sir or madam, dear professionally, dear Miss, Mrs., MRS, period, Pizon. If you don't know if they're married, business options is MS, period. Dear Mr. Jones. Never use the person's first name unless it is a personal letter. If you are sending a personal letter to someone you have not seen in a while, Dear Katie. Or if it's a personal business letter and it's someone that you know personally but you want to state some business with them, you can do Dear Katie Jones. You haven't seen them in a while, but at any rate, that's your salutation. After that, you will have the body. Then you have a complimentary close. You allow enough space for a signature, and then you have the writer's name line or the signature line, most commonly called the writer's name line. After that, in some cases, you can have the title there. It may not be in the, you will not put the name at the top with a return address, so you will put the name at the bottom, the writer's name, and then you can put the title. Or if you don't have a title to go with that after the writer's name, sometimes you will have enclosures or attachments. When you have an enclosure, that means you are dropping something else inside the envelope. When you have an attachment, you are attaching something to the letter by gem clip or staple. And sometimes you will have reference initials. If you have the reference initials, that means that you are typing a letter that somebody else wrote, and you would put your reference initials. That would be 2-letter reference initials. In this case, my reference initials would be DP. Now, that's just set you up, get you in the mindset of what a letter style should be like. I am actually going to type the letter and submit it. I'm going to show you how to do the entire process. Now, here's where we start. Step number 1, you are going to click on the Start Work button. Once you click on the Start Work button, you want to open that. I think I ran into this problem before. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, I'm having some type of technical difficulty. I will end this video and move to another computer and create the next video which shows you how to do the steps. Thank you for your patience.